Hello, this is Gary at Jack Raven Bushcraft. Thank you for watching our video. This week I'm going to talk about bluebells in December. Any of you that might have been to our ancient woodland camp in sort of springtime couldn't help but to have noticed the abundance of bluebells that we have through the woods. I could genuinely say I've never been to a woodland that has quite so many bluebells in it. They are hugely prolific. And so for us here, they're really at their absolute best in kind of that first part of May generally. And typically after that, people just kind of think that that's it, they disappear. That isn't the case. The stems actually stay there for quite some time afterwards. They produce these little seed pods, and then they open and the seeds drop onto the ground. However, those stems themselves can linger along for quite some time afterwards, and people are often surprised just how long, in fact. So there are a whole load of bluebell stems just on the ground here. So these kinds of things. And outside of that sort of bluebell flowering season, when people are on our courses, we'll often get asked, they'll come back with these things and ask what they are. And so we say they are bluebell stems. And I think what is often surprising to people is just how long after the bluebell's out you can find these things. So yeah, here we are now at the beginning of December, and they are still there. Now you can see around me here that the trees are, they've pretty much, if I look up now, I'm going to go with about probably 80% of the leaves that have now dropped. So there's quite a layer of leaves on the floor, but nonetheless we can still find these bluebell stems. Why am I pointing this out? Because we can use them in our fire lighting, so they can be used in a tinder bundle. In fact, they are surprisingly effective in a tinder bundle. Now the issue at the moment is that they are now, or the majority of them are now, laid on the ground. But I'm going to go for a little walk in a sec, because I can see some just a little further over that way that are actually still upright. So any that are laid on the ground, you just need to be cautious of. So this one here, the bottom of this, it's definitely damp, so I wouldn't want to use that for fire lighting. So any that are laid on the ground, more likely to be damp. Any that are still stood upright, more likely to be of use to us. Around here, lots of bluebell stems, and as I said earlier, these ones aren't completely laid on the floor. They are at least partially upright, and are, bearing in mind that we did have some rain last night, these are remarkably dry. So I've got a handful of bluebell stems, and I'm going to use that as a tinder bundle, and I'm going to put a charred birch polypore into it. So I'm just going to light that now with a fire steel. So I can now transfer that into here. Right, so note, I have myself positioned so that the wind is blowing onto my back. And I'm going with, excuse me, I'm going with long, slow breaths into this tinder bundle. And then as I take my in-breath, I want to hold this well away from me, so off to one side, so that I don't end up breathing in the smoke. So some of this is a recap from previous video I did around using a tinder bundle. I don't know if you can see from the camera, there is a wisp, and just a wisp of smoke coming through from this tinder bundle, although the volume is building up, and to an extent the wind is kind of in my favour today, so there is a slight little breeze, and in fact just as I'm watching this tinder bundle now I can see the volume of smoke increasing, and that's a good sign. I think there may have been a little residual moisture there, so fortunately I got another bit of the birch polypore there that I'm going to just add in. Yeah, definitely got an increase in the volume of smoke coming out of this now. And put that down. So yes, as I said at the beginning guys, bluebells in December, and it is often a surprise to people that the remnants of the bluebells are around for months and months and months afterwards. So it is a good resource for your fire lighting in those winter months, an unexpected resource in fact for your fire lighting in those winter months. So hopefully that is of use to you, something that you can take with you on your own bushcraft adventures. I would hope to get some more content out next week. Make sure you don't miss out. Subscribe to either our YouTube channel or to our blog, Jack Raven Bushcraft in either case. In the meantime, take care, stay safe.